Hello, hello, and welcome back to the On the Road with Andrew podcast, where me and my revolving group of friends discuss any and everything in the world of film and TV. I'm your host, Andrew Washington, and with me today is an old friend of the podcast who hasn't been on in a minute, but glad to have you back, Colin.
Hello. You did that intro beautifully. You said you were going to laugh through it.
I know. I usually do. I promise you, it's usually like terrible. That's the first time I've done it like cleanly through without
it's
any.
Just no longer fun.
Right? maybe I'm used to it now. I've done this. This is what, episode 16 or 17 or something. I'm the inaugural 17. So no, season 3, episode 2. This is.
Oh wait, you have seasons?
Well, I call the like chunks of episodes that are released after my like months long hiatuses seasons. So it ends up it's like every 8 episodes or so.
Do you think do anything special for the premieres and finales?
Nothing particularly special, but they're usually like main points. So my season 3 premiere was the welcome week episode, which if you haven't listened to, check it out. It was a lot of fun, and also was my first like official like interview that I've done on the podcast. My season 2 premiere was the Renaissance movie. We talked about the Beyonce movie. Yeah. That wasn't anything like special, but that was I was on break for like 8 months before that. The end of season 2 was just kind of naturally at the end of the school year. Nice. There wasn't any major. I think the episode was like the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare or something. Right. But no, it goes through a lot of things. But we're here today. Season 3, episode 2. We'll be talking about Megalopolis in some time. There's a lot to talk about with that movie.
Not yet.
But first, Colin, what have you been watching?
I've been watching so much. You as well.
Yeah.
I saw The Substance. That's I think the biggest rave of the episode.
Yeah. We have to let's spend a couple minutes talking about this movie. I've seen it twice now. How do I well, okay, we can get spoilery. I've realized it's my podcast, and also it's been out for a little bit. And not even to get too spoilery, but I'm just like, if it does, then it's fine. This movie, The Substance, is probably like definitely one of the most visceral experiences I've had in a theater. I'm not a very big horror person, as you know, as I've talked about many times on the microphone. I talked about a lot last episode, actually. So I was like just as surprised as I think, or at least like everyone that I was sitting on the row with, that I was able to handle it. Because as you know, because you've seen it, but if anyone on here has seen it, you know that it is, I think gross is like the best word to say that makes it sound like it's like a bad thing. It really works for the story. It's just, it's nasty as fuck. But again, I think it's effective in its point, as you know, the film is a satire. But
you talked about like not spoiling it. I don't really know how you spoil it other than be like, yeah.
Right. Like it's very well. Okay. Well, first it's very French, I think. And it came out in a lot of ways in the movie, mainly or like most immediately. It doesn't snow in LA. And there's a pretty like the opening like shot is the long static shot of her like star on the Walk of Fame. It's like them building it and then the ceremony, and then over time kind of just showing how she's fallen out of popularity. But the way that they show the passage of time is like, you know, different seasons and different kinds of things. So there's at one point like a torrential rainstorm and then like a fucking blizzard that is thick enough to cover the star in its entirety. And to the French crew that made this movie, that does not happen out here. I was like, it does not snow in LA. I was like, what? That was like, that wasn't anything that I, took away from the movie, but it was just something that I immediately noticed. But at the end of it, like during the Q&A when we saw it the first time, she was talking about how the movie kind of exists outside of our reality and how she had to figure out what the reality of the substance was. I'm like, I guess. I'm like the Hollywood, like the iconic Hollywood Star Walk of Fame. I'm just like, it doesn't snow here. But very minor thing. I love the movie. I loved it.
I
feel
like
I
that's
haven't
a movie is like put a bunch of French people on Hollywood Boulevard to see what happens.
Definitely. That's very funny. Yeah, no. Demi Moore in that movie is
amazing.
Fucking amazing. I don't know if I had a favorite Demi Moore performance before this movie. I truthfully am not sure if I'm not. I know she's in like Ghost. I haven't seen Ghost, but I think Ghost is like the most famous thing that she's in.
I haven't seen it,
but I don't think there are many movies that. She's in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. What?
She is?
Yeah, that's like the highest. That's the top thing on her Letterboxd. I didn't either. Demi Moore is excellent. I think The Substance is checking my Letterboxd is the only movie that I've seen her in where she's like the lead.
What have you seen Dennis Quaid in?
Interestingly enough, the day that we saw The Substance, before that screening, I watched Traffic, and he's in Traffic. And Traffic was fine. It's an ensemble cast, and he's very minor. Like he's a very minor character and even in the cast being on ensemble, he's like only in it for like 3 minutes, but he's one of the top billed actors. Like his name's on the DVD case.
Okay. But like The Parent Trap, I think.
Is he in that?
That's him. He's the dad. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's been years since I've seen that movie.
Well, you saw Ray. You were in the front row for Reagan. That's what I was trying to get at.
Absolutely not. Did you see it?
No, I did not.
Okay,
and nor do I care to.
Did anyone that we know see it?
I would hope not.
I feel like in my head I have Reagan next to Horizon, the Kevin Costner movie. I kind of have them like spiritually as like the same thing.
Horizon's kind of funny, I think.
Really?
A little bit.
Funny as in like bad, or funny as in like
just
funny as it exists.
The experience of watching it at like 9 a.m. or whatever is weird.
Oh my god!
But how
it feels
that
like Class,
ends?
probably. No,
it's a 10-minute trailer for the next one.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's at least 5. It's over 5.
Oh my goodness! And didn't it get canceled, or like didn't the second movie get like postponed because the first movie did?
It had a release date and it was like shelved, but it's like out there and it's premiered, and apparently it's also bad. But
I would assume so because it's just the second half of this movie, right? I mean, I don't know how the main story ends. I don't know if it ends on like a cliffhanger.
That's the issue.
It literally just stops.
No, it like. There's no like final scene. It just like kind of transitions into a trailer. It's really, you should watch it. It's better than Reagan, I assume.
I thought several times about going to see it because there were a lot of points during the summer where I wanted to go to a movie, but I had seen everything already.
That's where I was at.
But that was the only thing that was in the. I was like, I can't. I was like, this is 3 hours of time. I don't think I can do it. Anyway, yeah, back to The Substance. One of my favorite movies this year.
Mm-hmm. Maybe my favorite, to be honest.
Really? I never make my list before the end of the year, but I wanted to kind of get ahead of it. Or well, mainly I wanted to at least look at how I was feeling about the movies that had come out this year, because most of the almost 350 movies that I've watched this year are not from this year. So I was like, how many have I seen? I've seen like 20 movies that have come out this year. That's it. And only 11 of them I rated 3.5 stars or more. So I was like, that was in my looking at the list, but Challengers and Dune 2
Those are the two.
are,
Yeah.
you know.
Did you see Hundreds of Beavers?
No, I didn't.
Rules. It's so funny.
Yeah, no. I have an interesting story about why I never saw it, but we don't have to get into that. Mm-hmm. But it is so shocking and striking, the Substance, to me, as an experience. Like I appreciated it for that. I saw it the second time I saw it. It was with two of my other friends, and they both liked it, but they both were of the mindset, they were like, the like grossness of it kind of took away from the story to them. And one of my friends, she was like, she felt that the story could have ended before kind of the third act. I've heard that before, yeah. And I've talked to other people and they kind of agree. Yeah. And interestingly enough, everyone that agrees is a woman. And that was like a thing that I thought was very interesting, or at least in terms of the reception of the film, was I'm like, what is the like female perspective being a viewer of this? Because I was like, not like pushing back to my friend who was like, this is like the what woman, and I was like, well, it's made by a woman, so her perspective I feel like is probably like just as valid, but also, I'm like, I wonder, I mean, obviously I can't give an answer to this because I'm not a woman, but I'm just like, what is the feeling? I'm like, is it, I completely understand everything about the intention and effect of the movie, and it works for me, and it works for a lot of people. But the people that it stands out to, I'm like, why?
I think the first two acts I do think are stronger. Mm-hmm. I would say the first two acts in particular are very good at like weaponizing like the visual style, like even talking about like Dennis Quaid's like character introduction. He's like really up close to the camera and he's like peeing.
Which
like,
I think that scene is hilarious, and I love the way that scene is shot.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
And it's like sort of building this tension, and then I think it's really, really good at that. And then the third act is just kind of releasing that tension, which is not as compelling maybe, but I do think it is a nice payoff in my.
Yeah, I would agree. Both of my Letterboxd reviews for The Substance were just like, oh my God, this shit is crazy. Wow. But I think the point of back to what I was saying about the movie being a satire, I think that is why I think the third act works very well and why I like it. I am a fan of when satire is exaggerated to the point of like a film like Bamboozled. Have you seen Bamboozled, the Spike Lee movie? Or you should. It's very good. Very
we'll be talking about Spike Lee later.
Yes. Very provocative movie. Same with in a weird way, almost like Tropic Thunder. And those are the kind of stories that I like to write as well, because I think it's a very effective tool to get a message across. I mean, it being so in your face is anti-subtlety, is like a very good or very effective use of the medium. I think in a strange way, Challengers is kind of the same way.
The whole movie's very unsubtle, and when that happens, I'm like, got it. Like, it made sense to me.
Yeah, and it's so in your face, and I understand the side of like, like, oh, I get it. Like, it's just like hammering it in, because it is like The Substance is 2.5 hours long almost.
Yeah, I will say I didn't really feel it.
I didn't either. Yeah. No, I was very glad, because that runtime, whenever I see like specifically like between like 2 hours 15 to like 2:20, I'm always a little like, is there something that should be shaved off? Because a lot of times that for some reason it's that length. There's some pacing issues with the movie.
I mean, I get bored watching 90 minutes. We'll talk about Beetlejuice, which is like a shorter movie that I feel it like a lot more. I think The Substance overall is pretty well paced.
Definitely, for sure. But yeah, I don't want to like harp too long, because like you said, I do want to talk about Beetlejuice.
You said you said the full title, but
I did say the full title.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Beetlejuice.
Oh my God, there he is.
I know. How many times has it been said now? 6? I feel like there should be a couple walking past. It's like that. You watch Community? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Do you know the Beetlejuice like bit?
I don't remember.
That's like throughout. It's a very minor thing. It's just something they kind of ran throughout the series. One random episode, Beetlejuice came up, so someone said Beetlejuice, and then like another episode way down the line, someone said Beetlejuice, and then the third episode, someone said Beetlejuice, and then Beetlejuice walked past in the background.
That's funny.
And I think someone brought it up on Twitter recently, like when the new movie came out. They were like, "Oh, remind me." But I remember that being a thing when I watched it. But I just thought that was really clever. That is like the extent of my experience with Beetlejuice before I saw the first one like 2 days before the second movie.
I saw the first movie like a month.
Yeah, up until literally like 3 days before the movie came out, that was the extent of my experience with Beetlejuice. Mm-hmm. You are a fan of Tim Burton.
I am. I'm not really a fan of Beetlejuice, if I'm being honest. Yes. I think they're like, talking about both movies. I think the first one is like bad vibes. I think it's like messy and like I don't really like a lot of the characters. Mm-hmm. And the second one is, visually, I'm glad Tim Burton's back, and like overall, I'll be like, go see it. If pressed to be like the yes or no kind of thing, go. But it's just such a mess, and it's just like by the end, it's like I need to rest, sleep, all of the above.
The first one, But I
love Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, I think I was talking about this in my class like last week. What I am a fan of is the uniqueness of his style and how specific it is to him. Like a Tim Burton movie will never feel like not a Tim Burton movie. I've strayed away from him growing up just because his stories just weren't immediately attractive to me. Sure. Like I didn't see Edward Scissorhands for the first time until like a couple weeks ago because I used to think that it was like scary. It's really good. It's good, It's not scary at all. When I was younger, I thought it was scary.
That's a satire.
Right. Beetlejuice is very interesting because when I don't even remember how old, not like crazy young, but when I was younger, my mom got, as a random like present, my brother and she got us a copy of Beetlejuice on DVD, and she was like, "Oh, I love this movie." When I think she was in college when it came out. And she was like, to watch it, and the cover, it looked scary. Like I was like, "Oh, is this like scary?" And she was like, "Kinda." And that DVD stayed in the wrapping for like 5 years. Like I did not open. I was like, I don't want to touch it. I don't when I tell you, I used to be like pussy. Like I used to be so scared of anything that was related to. I'm sure I've told you about my Sweeney Todd. Another Tim Burton reason why I stayed away from Tim Burton.
I think Tim Burton, like at his best, he does have like a degree of whimsy that I feel like Beetlejuice doesn't. I feel that way about Edward Scissorhands and Ed Wood, and even to a certain degree Sweeney Todd. I don't know. Something about Beetlejuice I just don't like. I can't even put my finger on it.
I'm getting to my feelings on it because I agree. But so yeah, like I said, it stayed on the shelf for years, and I opened it like 6 years later, still didn't watch it. I was just like, let me take the plastic off because it's the only DVD on this shelf with plastic still on it. Cut to 2 days before the new movie comes out. I'm like, let me sit down and watch the original because I was interested in the new one. Watched it. I was like, this is very much okay. I'm like, again, style wise, great. The Deo scene when they're singing in the thing, I'm like, that's funny. I'd seen that before. But it's such a messy movie. Like it's so like sloppily like structured. There's no like, a lot of it just seems like it happens. It doesn't feel very cohesive. Beetlejuice isn't in it as much as I would have expected.
Right.
He comes in really late.
No, I know. He's in like 20. He's in both of them, not very much.
Yeah. Like he doesn't enter the first one until about 40 minutes in. And the movie's 90 minutes long.
Yeah.
I'm like, where the fuck is Beetlejuice at? But yeah, so like you said, I wasn't in love with I was like, okay, so, but when I saw the second one, I do think the second one is better.
I would agree, honestly.
I still don't think it's particularly very good. But I do think it's better than the first one. I think it still has a lot of unnecessary pieces to it. I think there's honestly too much focus on the human story in the second one, even though I was kind of fucking with it. But it's so much like set in the human world. I'm like, we're here for the underside. Like,
I will say, I was
take us down there
during some of the human scenes. You were giggling up a storm over there with the reverse
that okay, I will stand on this. The reverse mortgage sweater bit in Beetlejuice is one of the funniest jokes I've seen in a movie this year. That is, I will stand on that. That shit was so funny. I lost it for like 2 minutes straight. I don't even remember what happened right after that. And it was such a throw off moment. Like it was like a random ass side character. Just like that shit was hilarious. But even in their, or not even in because I remember, like I said, I was talking about this in class, and my teacher, because he was kind of comparing the two as well, he was saying that he thought that the second one felt more unfocused than the first one.
I would agree, honestly.
And really?
Yeah, I think so.
The second one?
There's so many plots in the second one.
There are.
I think part of the second one is part of the reason why I like the second one more. It's a little bit of like immersion therapy. Like I'm in a theater, like the Danny Elfman music's blasting.
Yeah.
Like, I can get behind this. I got nowhere to go. And then the first movie, I was like, can I turn this off, please?
Yeah.
So I really had to resist the urge there.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I think. Well, what I'll say in terms of the second one, I think the second one is a bit more focused than the first one. I mean, I personally do, because even though like they do focus too much on the human story, it was that being the main storyline that felt a lot clearer to me than anything that was in the first movie. The first movie, I was almost unsure of what the fuck was going on most of the time. Like I was like, I don't know where we are. We haven't visited, like it's been a different location every fucking scene. Like I'm like, there was green screen last scene, now we're fucking stop motion. I don't know what is going on. I will say the stop motion sequence in the second one I really enjoyed. I wish that they used it more. I know that they only did it because the actor is like an evil person and wasn't in the second one, so they had to like figure out a different way to do it. But I do wish they used that more. I mean, there's like I said, the second movie's not very good. I don't think still. I just think it still, even with his issues, I still think it prevails over the second one. I think Catherine O'Hara is better in the second one than the first one.
About the same.
I mean, yeah, like I at least think the way that she's written is just funnier, because she's like really just mean in the first one, and she's kind of mean in the second one, but in a funnier way. I don't know. I think I just like older Catherine O'Hara than I do younger Catherine O'Hara.
I think I'd much rather this Tim Burton than like him doing like Alice in Wonderland or Dumbo. So this is a step in the right direction.
Yeah. Fuck those movies. Fuck those movies. But yeah, Beetlejuice, not very good, but better than the first one, I think. Still, of the two, though, go see The Substance. Fuck Beetlejuice. in terms of those two, if there's anything that you spend money on that's currently at the theaters, go see The Substance. Let's talk about what we're here to talk about. Megalopolis. Anyway, the new film from Francis Ford Coppola, new self-financed film from Francis Ford Coppola, starring Adam Driver, Giancarlo Esposito, Natalie, it's just with an Emmanuel, Aubrey Plaza, Shia LaBeouf, John Voight, Jason Schwartzman, which I forgot he was in this before it started.
How is he related? Is he a cousin?
He is. Oh, What is his
We don't know.
character?
He's or no,
I don't know.
I meant to the Coppolas.
Oh,
I believe he's a cousin.
Yes, he has to be a cousin. I think, because he's connected to
would he be?
him and Roman work with
So
Wes
good.
Anderson all the time.
Oh yeah.
Grace Vanderwaal, Lawrence Fishburne, Catherine Hunter, Dustin Hoffman.
Oh my God.
I would say amongst other people, but that's literally everybody that's in the movie. All their names are on the poster.
They're all famous.
Yeah, they're all famous. So I guess they all got equal billing, except for Dustin Hoffman got the and.
That's powerful.
Even though his character,
what's his character's name?
I don't remember.
No, I don't
He's
know.
in it for like 5 minutes, and he like mumbles all of his lines,
Mm-hmm.
and the.
Is that boy in the movie credited?
The boy.
I don't know if I could spoil what happens. But
oh my God. Okay,
like
okay.
One
well,
member I'm thinking of.
Hold on. Let me say. Well, okay.
You know who I'm talking about, though, right?
You'll have to explain. Okay, I'm gonna say now that there's gonna be spoilers. If this movie is incredibly incoherent.
Yeah.
I liked it, even though it is incoherent. But in its incoherence, I don't know that anything we say technically could be a spoiler because there's so much in it. It's like it would like,
how do you spoil
like I don't know how you. I feel like everything about this movie you kind of already know going. Like I don't think there was any story plot point that was surprising or that was like not something that I didn't already kind of know going in.
I don't know if I expected it to end like that, like sort of the ending stretch of the movie.
Oh, with all the editing and like the try.
Well, just like I don't know. I was expecting like someone to die. I don't know. Well, I guess,
okay,
but yeah, I guess we should.
I mean, they're moving forward to the vision of the future. I know we're saying all this shit. Yeah, we're saying all this shit about it, and I haven't even finished describing the movie. The basic plot, though, it follows Caesar Catalina, who is Adam Driver, who's an architect with this bold vision for the future. Mm-hmm. He wants to like rebuild the city of New Rome, which is basically New York City, but like in the future.
Yeah.
But also like not. It's a film that exists kind of in between space and time. But he wants to rebuild the city with this substance called Megalon, this like gold thing that kind of can create itself or can like reproduce. The science of Megalon isn't spent. There's not a lot of time spent on it. It's just a thing that exists. He's got beef with the mayor, Giancarlo Esposito, but the mayor's daughter like works for him. He also is related to the head of the biggest bank. He's like his nephew, like the bank in town. John Voight is the head of the bank. And he also has a fraught relationship with his cousin, Shia LaBeouf, who plays John Voight's son, which I actually kind of like Shia LaBeouf in this. He was like crazy as shit, but I thought it like worked for the movie. And then Aubrey Plaza is there as well. She's a like news reporter named Wow Platinum, who is entangled in different ways with John Voight's character and Adam Driver. I don't know how much her character added to the story. I always just love Aubrey Plaza's presence, so I wasn't mad that she was there.
She was good.
I love her character's name. I think that's my favorite name. Yeah, I think that's my favorite name.
It's like a Shyamalan.
Shyamalan, a rapper in this movie. But yeah, that's like the basic kind of idea of what the story is. There's a lot more in there thematically that can be dissected. But we'll get into that. What you haven't told me what you thought about this movie yet, because you wanted to wait until we're on the mic, and we're on the mic. So what did you think about this movie?
Well, here's the thing. I know you like the movie.
Yes.
I hate to be the devil on your shoulder.
No,
I fucking hated this movie. I thought it was awful. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is I do not. Technically, I think pretty much everyone can agree it's kind of a mess.
Yes,
Like,
I agree.
Even
Yeah,
visually, audio wise, there's a lot of problems there.
Yeah.
I do not find the movie particularly interesting. That's the most damning thing for me. I think Adam Driver's pretty good. That's really the only takeaway I have from this.
Okay.
I think there's like this attitude that like Francis Ford Coppola, isn't it like so cool that he got $120 million to make this movie? But the way I see it is kind of like the Star Wars prequels, where like George Lucas, but just like no one said no to him because he had that kind of clout.
Yeah,
it just kind of feels like an institution being celebrated without being very good. That's how I feel about the movie. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's so valid. The thing that I think is so interesting about this movie is that, like any opinion that anybody has about this movie, I can fully see, like can fully see and understand.
I've heard someone say the movie is egoless, and I disagree. That's the only take I'll be like, that
is not. It is definitely Francis Ford Coppola flexing his shit. He is very clearly the main character in this movie. But I think every opinion that can be had about this movie is right in a way. That's part of what I like about it, though. I like that there's so much conversation that is being had around it, and I feel like I like that there's so many different viewpoints that people have of it.
Yeah.
I do agree it's insanely messy. Like there's so many plot lines happening. There's so much shit that just gets dropped. Like he can stop time. Also, audience, Caesar Catalina. No, he can stop time. He does it like 3 times in the movie.
Those were some of my favorite parts in the movie, actually.
Great scenes, like fantastic scenes. It means nothing to the story.
Right.
Ultimately,
it's kind of like before he arcs, so it's just like this.
A little bit, but one like when he's with Natalie on the roof, I guess, on like that scaffolding that's just like kind of hanging from his, or like for some kind of adverb in the city. He like stops it, and then the power like not like transfers, but it then she can do it randomly, like, and she does it like once. Again, it has no like significance to the story, but it's there and it looks cool. I think a lot of it, you could say it's just there to look cool or just there to be cool. A lot of the editing choices, I think, fall into that category.
Like visually, I feel like every like 15 to 20 minutes, I'd be like, oh, that's nice. And then the rest of the movie, I'm like, this kind of sucks.
I was talking to Vivian after the separate screenings that we went to on the same day, and we were saying that a lot of it felt like concept art.
Oh, that's funny.
In the sense that it was like it felt unfinished, but I was, because I was the one trying to defend the movie.
I think she's come around on it
a little bit
more than I have. I'm still kind of the same.
That's good to know, because this was a few days ago. But and my opinions, I think, I don't think I'm as like, oh my God, as I was when it first came out. I still think it's good and worth something.
Sure.
And I think the worth is the main thing. That I think the movie itself has issues, but the philosophy behind it, I think, is what it sticks with me the most. But in terms of what I was saying, the concept art, it feels unfinished. I was looking at it from a like in progress view.
Yeah. Beta,
like, like, right. But in the sense that, the story is about is about progress and change, but this idea, like the Megalon, is kind of always like shifting and changing, and it's never like one specific kind of thing. That was something that was just like echoing the look of the movie, and why I didn't push back too much on it. And I actually a lot of times thought that it did look good. Some parts I was like, this green screen looks insane. Like I was like, I can't believe this
It's
made
little
it
Spy
past.
Kids, yeah.
Yeah. But then there's some sequences where I'm like, he's cooking like fucking crazy. Like it was in the, I don't know the context of it. I can't remember. It was so like but the scene where, and I think there's images of it in the trailer where it's like the shadows are like on the buildings. It's like things are like blowing up and like the shadows on the building.
All
and
the shots in the trailer are really good. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, not much else.
I think there's a lot of images that work really well. It reminded me in a way, or at least that aspect of it reminded me of One from the Heart, which I actually talked about on the last episode.
Do you like that movie?
I don't love it.
I like that movie more than this.
What I was saying, I don't know if I can say that I like one necessarily more than the other, but One from the Heart I had issues with because I just thought it was falsely advertised. I was like,
it's not really a musical.
It's not a musical at all. And because that's what I was looking forward to, and then it was just like, I was like, this is kind of flat. But like some of the images in it are great. Like there's the shot with like their shadows and it like shapes a heart and some shit. Do you remember that part? I'm not like describing it well, but I was like, oh my God, like stop. I'm like, this shit looks insane. I wish I liked the movie more. Right. And I'm sure that's how you felt watching Megalopolis. I don't think I knew that I ultimately liked it until it was over. I definitely watched most of Megalopolis with a face. A face of confusion, and so it's parts of it are randomly funny. It's not supposed to be funny, I can tell, but the way that Adam Driver says go back to the club.
I don't know. It's so totally inconsistent.
It really is. It caught me off guard. But we'll keep with the bad. I'll get to why I like it at the end of all this. The performances are all over the place as well. They all like feel like they're from different movies. Like I said, I do think Adam Driver is really good.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I think he's like, all controversies aside, he's a very compelling screen presence.
This is true.
I think he's miscast in this movie. I don't think he's the person to play that type of character. I don't know. It felt off to me.
Well, I wonder what kind of character would his character be if not his character in terms of the function of him being like someone who's like rising over, or like not rising up, but like kind of creating uprising.
Well, I just kind of mean how he like plays each scene. It just doesn't feel in his range to me. But I don't know.
I think his the wackiness of how he was playing it, I think adds to there's a layer of camp to the movie that I really liked. I'm a fan of campy stuff. The camp is one of those things that just depends on perspective. It depends. Yeah. I mean, when I say it depends on perspective, like seeing something as campy, because the other side of it is like, oh, it looks like shit, or it like is like weird.
Yeah.
But I think his performance kind of adds to that element. I don't know. I'm not gonna make a lot of sense, I think, in my thoughts of this movie, because it's gonna sound like I'm contradicting myself the entire time. Like I'm probably gonna spend more time talking about what I think is bad about the movie than what I think is good.
To get into like the movie philosophically, because we're kind of like dancing around that a little bit.
Yeah.
It's about like creativity and how we should be having like conversations about the future. But
it's
like
time for a debate about the we have to have a debate about the future.
But ultimately, what it feels like Francis Ford Coppola being handed this outrageous sum of money and being like, "Don't you love that I got to do this?" That's what it feels like to me. And it doesn't really work for me. Like I'm just kind of like, sit down.
Yeah, I think I'll go to my Letterboxd review, because that I think is probably most concise way of how I feel about it. Because so like in the Q, which also we can definitely talk about the Q&A that happened before. We haven't even touched on that. I loved it. But in the Q&A before, I think probably like right after, or no, right before De Niro went on his Imagine Trump directed this movie rant, when Coppola was talking about like the power of creative vision.
Yeah.
I think the movie kind of like represents that. And I do think even in its inconsistencies that there is something bold about the story. And that regardless of how our view of his vision is, what I do like is that he was able to, I mean, this is again directly contradicting what you're saying, but that he's able to make, he wasn't even given this money. He sold a company and like got the money from it. Like he didn't get it from like a financier or anything.
But he kind of got it with his like Hollywood, like he's like we talked about Jason Schwartzman being like a relative, like he's influenced like what Hollywood is. And he's like an institution.
Ways. Yes, this is true. But I like that he was able to kind of realize this idea that he's been working on for so fucking long, like in as like crazy as it is. I find that I give films a lot of grace if I can feel I feel it a lot with like the like indie movies from like the 90s where there's kind of a you can feel the want to create something.
Sure.
And the want in like creating whatever the story is. A lot of specifically, you know, I mean, talking about, you know, 90s independent cinema, there's a lot of those films have issues, and a lot of them have, you know, flourishes that are like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this doesn't mean anything. It's just cool, you know, but it's like you can tell that they wanted to make something and they set out to make something and they made it. Whether it, you know, makes sense to other people or not. And that is just, that's what I think is kind of striking about Megalopolis. Right. I also think it's kind of interesting, this idea that he's kind of almost like Caesar in the movie, like in the sense of like, you know, he's the only one that can kind of see this vision of, I mean, you know, for Coppola, it's the movie, but you know, if in the movie, it's this town, not town, city, empire, whatever. And, you know, he kind of is the one to like get it there. In that sense, it's definitely not egoless. I don't know who you heard said that it was egoless.
What's the name of the IndieWire critic?
David Ehrlich. He said that. Oh my god. But yeah, what I said even with all its flaws, I think the film represents ambition and persistence, and the need for creativity. Yes, he's like 80, and he's, you know, like you said, he's an institution.
It feels that way in parts to me for sure, but then there are other parts where it's like, these are like stock, like booing sound effects and shit like that.
Well,
yes.
Like,
did you even watch this? Like, I don't know. Like, I wish I felt more of the love a little bit, to be honest. But maybe he's just old. I don't know. He
is. It definitely, another thing that me and Vivian were talking about, and this is a Vivian quote. I can't take credit for this, but she said it felt like old man brain, which
that's what the Q&A
the Q&A. The Q&A that we're talking about, the Q&A that we're talking about was a pre-screening conversation with Francis Ford Coppola, Robert De Niro, and Spike Lee, moderated by, I can't remember the guy's name, but his first name was Dennis, I think. I remember.
We'll just say that's right.
Yeah, we'll say Dennis Lim is his name. Who was so lost. Like, he looked like he had no idea how to control like what was going on up there.
There's so many funny moments.
Like, when Coppola was like, Spike's Italian too. And then when he was like, Spike was like, He's like, it was fried chicken in my kitchen, and Coppola was like, I haven't had your food.
Did Coppola say that?
Yes,
Really?
it was like it was such a quick, because it was they were talking about something else, and
Right.
all of Spike's reactions were like 2 minutes delayed. And everything he said was like 2 minutes delayed, so it was like he just said it in the middle of him talking, and then it kind of, they were still talking about Scorsese and his mom cooking. I think that was the general.
Or no,
connection.
it's like how he knew Robert De Niro. It's like we're like family. All our kitchens smell the same.
Yeah. De Niro spoke maybe like twice, and both times he spoke were just like fuck Trump, and I'm like,
it was in
so
the last
real.
like 5 minutes too.
Yeah, like there was one, Dennis, our guy Dennis, he asked De Niro a direct question, and then Coppola started talking, and he talked for like 5 more minutes. That was after that long 10-minute stretch of him talking about whatever, and then he's like, De Niro, how did you meet Coppola? And then Francis is like, well, it's actually an interesting story. I think he's got one word out, and then Coppola was like, started yapping back to it. The converse being Spike Lee, he was like, or the Dennis was like, what, how do you feel about Megalopolis? And he was like, my brother's got to do what he has to do to get the job done. And I was like,
it was funny. I was trying to tell if they liked it or not.
I think just the fact that like Spike showed it to his class and like wanted to take it, I feel like that's probably why he liked it. I don't know if De Niro's seen the movie. Truthfully, I don't know. Based on that conversation, I don't know if he's seen it. He was a part of a table read 30 years ago. Right. That might be as much as or maybe he watched the trailer right before he walked out on stage. But and also it was so funny him getting mad at Coppola for not being like vocally anti-Trump. Like you could tell he was getting pissed. He was like, because Coppola was just trying to be like, both sides need to come together. Da, 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 da. And then De Niro's like, imagine if Donald Trump directed this movie. It would be a fucking disaster.
He said something like he couldn't even direct a sentence. Like, what? Sure.
He's like, I'm sorry. I saw I think it was when Killers of the Flower Moon was at some festival, and De Niro, he like brought up Trump, and then everybody on the panel was like, oh. And he was like, I'm sorry, though you said not to say it. And Scorsese's like, you said it. I'm like, there's like a rule that De Niro can't bring up Trump because he'll just go off.
For someone who's normally like so bad at interviews, I like that he has a shtick now.
No, he really does. Yeah. He really does. He's cussed on several live newscasts. He was like, fuck him. Sorry. Sorry, but fuck him. Oh my god. But anyway, back to Megalopolis. I think his idea of what he was saying, how like creativity is going to save us, and like creativity is kind of what unites us, or at least our ability to create. I think is just somewhat earnest. I really like identified with that. I don't know why. Like when he said, I was like, I like the whole time when he was talking to her, I was like, like I literally in my own seat, I was eating that up. And then I think it just framed the movie in an interesting way for me. I wasn't talking to the guy next to me. The guy next to me started talking to me after the movie was over. Yeah. Which I thought he was with the guy that was next to him, but then the other guy got up. But then he like immediately turned to me and started. He was like, "So what did you think?" Yeah. I'm like, "Hello, first of all." But like he didn't really like it. He was telling me about, and I'm like, "Well, I did. I just think like his like ethos behind like why the meaning of it and like what it's the effect that it's supposed to have. The movie itself is all over the place and doesn't really make that much sense. But there's passion there.
Sure.
And I love that. So you talk
until the
now.
next one.
You talk now.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And during I was thinking back to like the Q&A, and it's like his answer, I was like, oh, like I was getting very emotionally wrapped up in that,
Mm-hmm.
and I just did not. I was so
Didn't
detached
feel
from
it.
them. I didn't feel anything from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, they're just throwing shit at the wall, and like none of it's sticking. I don't know. Like, and I look, there are like so many talented people who worked on this. Like, I know like the DP did like The Master, which is like such
I was
pretty
wondering who, or I saw the DP's name, but I was like, where have I seen that name before? He did The Master.
Yeah, which is
wow.
I think this movie's like really badly lit. I don't know.
Everything. I mean, everything is just meant to like look gold, but everything looks kind of flat in that regard, or at least certain scenes, because some scenes don't have the gold kind of look on it. But I guess those are just the ones where they're not in the Empire State Building, which I guess is City Hall or just where Caesar's office is.
But like in the movie where like people are talking about how like they emotionally connect with like Coppola's vision or anything, like nothing in the movie felt tangibly anything to me, and I couldn't latch on to anything. There was like maybe 10-minute stretch about an hour in where it's like where they're stopping time and stuff like that. It's like, oh, is there an idea here? Is there an idea I can latch on to? And then it lost me again. And then it's just kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, until the next one.
it definitely does seem like 40 years of thoughts just like on screen.
Which is Beetlejuice also.
In a way. But I don't know. Like I said, I've probably said more things that are negative about the movie than I have positive, but I very much struggled with like how to like rate this movie on Letterboxd. Like I was like,
I haven't rated it yet. What should I rate it?
I was gonna ask you like, what do you think? Because when I was writing I don't know if you like read what I wrote, but I just kept tapping between all the stars. I was like, where do I want to end up? I at one point I was on 4 or 5. At one point I was on 2.5. Like I settled on 4. I think I was really strongly between 3.5 and 4. I still don't know where I lay it. I'm probably more at like a 6.5 now, which would come up to
stars
out of 10. I mean, I realize I'm flipping numerical values.
I've never heard anyone rate anything a 6.5 out of 10.
It's like
it's not a usual decimal placement there.
No, it isn't.
Well, that's valid though. I feel like it's more of like a feeling than a meaning.
Yeah,
and I feel bad. Probably like a 1.5. Honestly, I just
out of
5.
Okay.
Out of 10, I don't. That's a
little saying a 3 out of 10.
Can we talk about the live actor?
Okay, yeah.
Did not work for me.
It didn't seem necessary. I don't know. What I understood the intention of it to be was like, bringing the audience into the story and kind of reinforcing this idea that like New Rome in the film is supposed to be like us now, and like we're living in Megalopolis, that whole thing. I got that. But it's like they
already clear, I think.
Yeah. They like lip sync. They were just like lip syncing over a pre-recorded track, and it's one line.
And the image, I don't know what it was like at your theater. Mine was like cropped. It was like really small.
Yeah, they did that on purpose. Yeah, that's what. Because I remember seeing the people that snuck their phones out at Cannes. Was it at Cannes? This movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. The people that snuck their phones out when they were taking like, oh, there's a live actor. That's like the design of it because they're
jarring.
Supposed to be definitely because like the lights come up like halfway.
Yeah.
And it's a strange moment. I think I appreciate the effect of it, but it's very strange, and I don't think it really adds that much at all. If there was more if he like did more with like the way it literally just seems like something that he threw. I mean, most of the movie seems like shit that he threw in there.
It feels like something you do for like a headline, to be honest. That's kind of what it felt like to me.
For a headline?
Just like this is film history right here.
Just like, oh yeah, this is this has never been done before.
Which it hasn't. Or maybe it has, I don't know.
It might have been. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that necessarily. And I said that in my review. Like all of the like the plot holes, the fact the actors, he's unnecessary, all the performances are all like all over the place. All that shit, I like qualified in my review. I was like, all of this is true.
Who cares about plot holes? I've never heard anyone have that take before. This doesn't make sense.
But I'm like, all of that I see immediately and like realize, but for some strange reason, I still like. It's hard for me to say like I don't like it. Sure. Like which I did, but it's such a I don't know that I've had this kind of feeling with a movie before where it's so like almost clearly bad.
I will defend this movie being good. I kind of feel a similar way about the movie Trap. I really like Trap. That movie's so corny and dumb.
I thought that was one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen, or at least not ever. But just like recently, one of the dumbest movies I've seen. It was enjoyable just because I was like, what, like what? But I just have other feelings about M. Night. I mean, they're common feelings about M. Night. Yeah. But what is the Megalopolis Trap comparison that you're wanting to make here?
That feels very earnest to me.
Okay.
And it feels like M. Night just kind of, I don't know, seeing his own like creative, like the weird part of his brain and letting that spill. Like I don't think that was anyone else's like, oh yeah, I'd love you to talk like that. That's very M. Night. And I appreciate that about Trap. And I think Trap is very fun. And, Megalopolis I didn't feel was as fun in terms of my personal.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not like a on the surface fun movie. I saw on that similar, no, I mean not about M. Night. This is about Spike Lee. I saw a piece about this movie that equated it to Chirac, Spike Lee's movie. That is one of the few Spike Lee movies that I have not seen. I'm very familiar with it. I remember when it came out, my teacher in middle school, she like went to see it. She was like telling us about it. She was like, "Oh, y'all can't watch it because it's rated R." Da, 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 da. I own it on DVD. But briefly to explain, Chirac is a modern reimagining of Lysistrata, the Greek play, but it's set in Chicago. But he took the like Baz Luhrmann route and he kept the rhyme.
Oh yeah.
And so it feels like I think Lysistrata is like an epic poem. So it keeps that kind of thing. So the entire movie is like in verse. And it's like, this really, from what I understand, it's a very like bold movie in terms of like what it's saying, but also just like the way that it is told and delivered. And they were like, or the guy that wrote this thing, I can't remember his name, but I do remember he was Black because I remember his profile picture. He was like, he just kind of let loose and made something that has strong meaning to him.
Yeah.
Spike Lee, thematically, I mean, not thematically, it like makes sense, him being at least involved with like the Q&A, I think, because of how like bold of a vision Spike Lee has as a filmmaker, in the same way that he's very like uncompromising in the way that he kind of puts together his films and the messages that come through his films. So like that, I just thought was an interesting connection. Again, haven't seen Chirac, but the feeling sentiment I think can stretch to a lot of Spike's other films, especially the ones that are more are not as like popular, I guess. But the ones that people have like more issues with, I guess. But yeah, so you said 1.5 out of 5 for Megalopolis. I'm gonna go 6.5 translates to like
3.25.
I'm gonna just round up to 3.5. I'm leaving my Letterboxd review at 4.
That's fine.
But I think I'm
the real fans will know.
Right. The real fans will know. Yes. It has a like on it. And I think that's more important in terms, because the number, I like to put a rating on it just because I have a thing about like, I like to see the green and the red Like, I don't like to not put a star rating on a movie, but that is a movie where if someone's like, I couldn't rate it, I'd be like, I get it.
Yeah.
Because it's also one of the few movies where the Letterboxd curve is like flat.
Oh, really?
Like it's so
Really?
it's like up and down, but it is basically a plateau. Like it doesn't spike in any one particular
Has reception been
direction.
Getting warmer or colder as we've gotten closer to release?
It's like less flat than it was a couple days ago when I was looking at it. Okay. But I mean, it's more populated over here. Negative, but I mean, well, definitely. But I mean, 2.8 is like, you know, but that's like purely like middle of the, like some people are set, or at least average wise. But what were you saying?
Oh, I don't remember.
You just saying something else?
I give it a 1.5. No, I don't know. It's I wish I was on the liking it side. It's like kind of
no. I fully understand. You not like.
How familiar are you with other Coppola stuff?
I've seen the first Godfather, not the second one.
That one's good.
Like I like The Godfather. I don't think it's like the greatest movie ever, but I like The Godfather. I love The Conversation.
I haven't seen that one.
It's really good. I saw it this summer. I've seen One from the Heart, which
have you not seen Apocalypse Now?
I have seen Apocalypse Now. One of the most stressful experiences I've had watching a movie. I was I was very high when I watched it the first time. And it was bad. It was I was like, this is an excellent film, but I was like, I never want to watch this shit again. I was like rubbing my face. I was like, oh my God. Those are the only ones I've seen though.
I love Apocalypse Now. Apocalypse Now is one of my favorite movies. And really? I think he's very clearly, I don't know, I think his themes do like evolve. He doesn't really have a consistent like I don't know. I feel like you see a lot of like Scorsese movies that are about like masculinity and things like that.
I watched Casino last night. That is the most Scorsese movie that's like ever Scorsese. I think it's so. My favorite. It's decent. It's just like a lot of them are kind of the same to me, but I'm like, it's literally, I think I was like, it's like if Scorsese made a Scorsese movie that was set in Vegas. Like it's just it's just Scorsese on top of Scorsese, just with gambling, and more colors. But I agree.
Well, more of a Scorsese guy overall, but Coppola's very throughout. They're like all they feel different from each other, which is nice.
He has a wide range of he makes a lot of different kinds of movies. He has a lot of versatility as a director, which I do think is admirable. And I mean, even in the chaos of Megalopolis, I think that like, you know, goes to that. I don't know what this movie would be like, if it would be good or bad if anybody else made it. I don't know who else.
What do you think the reception of this movie would be if someone else made it?
Well, I think it really depends. It really depends on who the person would be. Just because it's such a director vehicle. Like, oh my God!
Well, but Francis Ford Coppola made it. It's the exact same. He goes by an anonymous
exact same movie, and it's just a different
Alan Smithy.
People would probably think that it's not very good. I mean, like I said, even a lot of what I like the movie is wrapped up in Coppola, in the Coppola-ness of it. And I think, like I said, I think a lot of what I like about the movie is stuff that is not like about like the story itself. You know, it's like kind of the outer context. So if someone else made it, it would. Well, it wouldn't. I don't think it wouldn't have been made if anybody else made it, because nobody wanted it. He was even when he was the one, like nobody fucking wanted it when he's the one attached to it. So it's like, it definitely makes sense seeing it. I'm like, I understand why nobody wanted to put money behind it, and then on top of it, like money for marketing. Because the way that the movie's marketed or was marketed, like now, I feel like still, but there's not really a way to market it. I don't
It's
think.
just like, yeah, here are the coolest snapshots from Megalopolis, which admittedly worked. Like,
no,
like,
yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, no.
I've never seen that before.
But yeah, I don't think it would have worked, but like I said, I think one of the only reasons why it works for me is because it's Coppola and it's, you know, it's him.
Do you
and
think
all
he
of
has
his
another
like
movie
weirdness.
left in him?
I was wondering, I'm like, is this gonna be his, like, is what are, like, I wonder if his intention was this being kind of his final. I mean, I don't know if he would intend it to be his final, but like him finally making, like, this is like his, like, this is the passion project.
He did have a quote where he's like, I want to work for another 20 years or something like that. Like, I don't think that's happening. I think this is his last.
It might be. Maybe. I don't know where you'd go from here, or where he would go from here. But also, what was his last movie?
He had like a couple in like 2010 range. He had one with like Val Kilmer. I don't know what it's called. It's like, they're like much smaller movies.
Oh, okay.
It's like it might be the Vampire. I don't know. Twixt, is that what it's called?
Oh, well, yeah. Twixt is a movie of his. But Twixt Now and Sunrise. What? That's probably another self-financed movie because it's an American Zoetrope production. His last like main. Oh wow, he really hasn't done anything. Well, there's Betwixt Now and Sunrise, which is like a sequel to Twixt, which was in 2011, and then before that, Tetra, and then Youth Without Youth, which I've heard of, and then The Rainmaker.
The Rainmaker was his last like big thing.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, and that was in '97. Wow, he hasn't made as many movies as I would have thought. I do want to see The Cotton Club though.
There's so many of his like, I don't know if that's 80s, but like I haven't seen like The Outsiders or Dracula.
I haven't seen The Outsiders. One of my friends has been trying to get me to watch that with her because it's like her favorite movie.
Mm-hmm. It's weird that that's Coppola. That doesn't.
I know. Yeah, it's like Jack. It's like the fact that is something with Coppola's name on it is like okay. But yeah. Okay. Anyway, a very almost as like all over the place as the movie. I feel like our conversation about the movie.
Well, to close this out,
yeah.
How do you think Donald Trump would have directed?
I think it would have been a disaster. In fact, I've heard that he actually can't direct a sentence. Even
he can't. That's the saddest thing about it.
Yeah. But yeah. So I hope that you've been able to synthesize something out of this conversation. I think, in short, I like the ethos or the whatever the word is for the reason behind the movie. Movie itself, not very bueno. But you know, that's filmmaking. There's a lot of opinions to be had, and you know, you got to do what you got to do to get it done. Yeah, we can wrap it up there. Thank you so much,
of course,
for joining. We've been yapping for a little bit, but you know, hope it was fun.
Of course, it was.
And tune in next time. I think next episode is going to be about Joker.
Holy shit.
Joker Folie à Deux. I don't know how to pronounce it. I won't say excited because I feel like that makes it seem like I think it's going to be good. But I'm somewhat anxious to see it. I think I'm very curious to see what it's going to be, just Joker as a jukebox musical. I saw Lady Gaga is putting out the companion album. Which, if the snippet of the song that they put in that Louvre commercial, did you see that? No. She did a commercial for the Louvre, like the museum, because there's some there's like an art exhibit that's related to Joker that's gonna be at the Louvre.
That's
Like
funny.
when the movie comes
That's
out,
really funny.
yeah. But she like did a trailer for it, which makes her like one of only 3 people that have been able to like film something there. It's like her and Beyonce and somebody else. The song that they used in it, if that is on the companion album, I think that song sounds like trash. So I'm like, but I always have hope that a movie can be good, and most movies I enjoy just by virtue of them being a movie. Because I enjoy watching movies,
Right.
so I'm seeing it in IMAX in the front row. So we'll see how that goes. You'll find out on the pod on the next episode.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Bye. I'll see y'all later. Thank you so much for being on.